And the final event of the evening, and that is the 400 meters freestyle relay. Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand and the Philippines go in lanes 2 to 7. Those are your lane assignments. And remember, since 1999, only Singapore and Thailand have won this event, with Singapore winning 12 of 28 editions of this event. They are the defending champions. But they have a SEA Games record to beat as well, which they set in 2009. 3:45.73. That was a crack team, I remember. Mylene, Lynette, Tingwen and Amanda. Only Tingwen and Amanda remain in this team. They are both the swim captains for the women's team, Tingwen and Amanda, and they'll be the first two swimmers to go for Singapore. So out come the swimmers, Indonesia, then the Malaysians, led by their national champion, Ko Tiai. She'll be the first swimmer. Singapore have got Tingwen as their first swimmer. 56.16, her fastest time this year. Vietnam led by Ngoc Thuy Kieu. Thailand led by Sapianchai, and the Philippines will be led by Nicole Oliva, with their national record holder Jasmine Alcalde swimming in their final leg. Well, here we go with the Indonesians, led by Ressa Dewi. Sagita Putri goes in lane number ankle leg number 2. Adinda goes as leg number 3, and Patricia Yosita is in leg number 4. Indonesians are in lane 2. The Malaysians, led by Ko Tiai, the Malaysian Open champion, with a time of 58.85 seconds. Well, actually, it's the fastest Malaysian. She was third at the Malaysian Open. Then in second leg, Ajalia, Elin Tan goes in leg 3, and Heidi Gan in 4. The defending champions in Singapore in lane number 4. Two new swimmers in the quartet, and they are the final two swimmers, which is Natasha Ong and Kwa Tingwen. Our first sight, though, of Tingwen in that race, and our first sight of Tingwen at these games. Vietnam in 5, led by Ngoc Thuy Kieu, and then Leti Mi Tao, who's already won a silver medal in the 200 meters butterfly. Thi Phong An Vu and Nguyen Diep Phong Ton will finish the Vietnamese off as the fourth leg swimmer. Thailand, Pongkajana Sapianchai, leg number 1. Janjira Sri Saad, leg number 2. Titya Patrawadi, who has already won a medal. And Nathanan Jongkrajang, very famous Nathanan, Thailand's most successful female swimmer at the SEA Games. She's in 4. Philippines in lane number 7, led by Nicole Oliva, Lipad Maria and Nicole Mia, and finally, of course, the lady they are hoping would end their 24-year drought this year in the 100 meters freestyle, Jasmine Alcalde, the national record holder, the fourth leg swimmer. So, Gerald, looking forward to this. I think that I know it's an individual event, swimming, but you can never ever tell these swimmers, they always look forward to relays.
Everyone does, right? I mean, typically most swimmers do better in a relay than they do in an individual race, just because you're swimming not just for yourself, but you're swimming for your teammates as well. But you know what was interesting was I looked at the two little younger girls in the Singapore swim team, and they walked out there with a lot of confidence. They looked like they were having fun. They didn't look like they were overwhelmed or they were a little afraid as well. So I think that should be quite a good showing that we should expect in this race.
They're in lane number 4, remember, Singapore, and it's Kwa Tingwen who takes off. She's got a personal best time of 55.52 seconds. Her best this year, 56.16. And Indonesia have got Sugiata Ressa Dewi as their first leg swimmer. The Malaysians with Tiai, Vietnam with Ngoc Thuy Kieu, and Thailand with Sapianchai, and Philippines in lane number 7 with Nicole Olivia. But straight away, Kwa Tingwen, in a usual style, takes it out very quickly. She swims the 100 meters freestyle this way, always taking it out very strong in the first 50, and then cruising home for the second leg swimmer.
We saw her again, right? She's like her brother. She's got very good underwaters, and we saw that she used the 15 meters again with her butterfly kick underwater, and off the turns again as well, using her advantage underwater to her best use.
Well, Ressa Dewi trying her very best to live with it. Sapianchai of Thailand as well, slowly catching up on Tingwen, who'll hand it over to Amanda, who's got a personal best time of 56.40 seconds and a personal best time this year of 56.89. 0.52 seconds ahead of the Thais and 1.42 seconds ahead of Indonesia. Amanda, who is a 50 meters freestyle specialist. So her strokes a little more choppy, a little more aggressive than that of Kwa Ting Wen.
I think Amanda is more of a sprinter, so that's why you see her strokes a little bit choppier, because she's a pure sprinter, right? So she's a lot better. I mean, she's a defending champion or one of the champions in the 50-meter freestyle, but 100 meters she's also pretty good with her speed, being able to bring her speed into the second lap as well. But I think it's no surprise that we see Singapore in the lead right now, given that we put our two fastest swimmers going 1-2. So hopefully we'll see the younger ones, the next generation of younger swimmers, hang on in the third and fourth place.
Well, she is not just hanging on at the moment, Amanda. She stretched the lead against Janjira Srisad, who is Thailand's second fastest 100 meters freestyle swimmer this year, but she's fast tiring now as Janjira slowly catches up. And what a moment this is for Natasha Ong. Her personal best was set this year at the national championships of 57.10 seconds, and she is in the pool, and chasing her will be Katia Patrawadi of Thailand.
I think obviously it's going to be a lot of pressure on Natasha, right? This being her first race, and Singapore's being a defending champion, but at least she's in the lead. She got a good lead from Amanda, so let's hope she maintains the speed throughout this race.
Well, they're going to hand it over to Natanan Jongkrajang, and of course Natasha's going to hand it over to an already gold medalist Kwa Ting Wen for the final leg. But Singapore with a body length and a half lead over Thailand. Indonesia in third spot at the moment. Those positions haven't changed from the first leg swimmer. Natasha has done extremely well, I have to say. Not just holding on to that lead, I think she stretched it a little bit as well against Katia Patrawadi. So she's given Ting Wen a healthy enough lead to take home for the final leg.
I think so. I think she did really, really well. She really extended that lead as well. So very good swim for her for her first SEA Games.
Natanan Jongkrajang, Thailand's premier sprinter in the freestyle, is in the water against Kwa Ting Wen. The good news for Singapore, though, is that Kwa Ting Wen's got a better personal best time this year than Natanan, who finished second at the Malaysian Open with a time of 57.41 seconds, but Kwa Ting Wen's got a PB this year of 56.47 seconds. So she has been in good form from the Commonwealth Youth Games all the way here into the SEA Games, as she showed already in the 200 meters butterfly, and yet again a brilliant turn off the wall by Ting Wen.
Yeah, amazing swim by Ting Wen. If you look at her style, she's got this galloping kind of style where she, it's very much because she breathes to one side only. She breathes on the right side, so you see she's got this galloping strokes that a lot of sprinters do, a lot of freestyle sprinters do when they tend to favor one side.
Look at the time as well. They might crack the record. Yes, it's a new SEA Games record for Singapore. The record was set in 2009. We thought that was an awesome foursome, but this quartet, it's a younger quartet, and the regeneration of Singapore female swimming has started as well. All because the two young swimmers taking it home are there. They showed up, and they showed up big time. We're talking Natasha and Kwa Ting Wen.
Well done, very, very good swim. I mean, let's see how happy they are.
A new SEA Games record also means a new national record. Well, it was set in 2009, and you thought, that team, I mean, Mylene, Amanda, Ting Wen, Lynette, how are you going to break that record? Well, Ting Wen and Amanda are still around, but part two of the Singapore female quartet has arrived. The sequel featuring Natasha Ong and Kwa Ting Wen. Not just the sequel, bigger and better.
That's so good to see, right? I mean, the next generation of swimmers, they have done so well. That's always very interesting to see. I think in swimming what we've seen is that there's always been cycles where Thailand used to be really good. They used to win it, and they have not been able to sustain that over the past couple of SEA Games, right? So I think with this, where we are seeing the next generation of swimmers coming up and really holding their own, hopefully it means that you'll see Singapore swimming on the top for quite a few years.
I did mention Kwa Ting Wen and Amanda as captains of the female swim team as well, because we have to give credit for that. You were mentioning earlier on how Ting Wen and then the younger girls like Ti and Natasha, they've looked so relaxed, and a lot of it's down as well to those team captains like Amanda and Ting Wen, just spreading the experience and telling them all about the SEA Games and telling them all to relax themselves before the start of the games and to enjoy themselves.
Of course, I mean, this is Natasha's first SEA Games. It's Ting Wen's only her second SEA Games, right? So naturally you would expect them to come out being very nervous, but you're absolutely right. I mean, with Amanda and with Tingwen there. They've been to so many SEA Games. They've been to a lot bigger competitions. They're obviously very, very close. They train together. I mean, they have a lot of discussions together. They impart their experience and what to expect, what not to do. So I think it's always good having like an older sister within that team. And obviously, I mean, it's really Jingwen's got an older sister in the team, right?
Absolutely right. The male captains as well, Joseph Schooling and Pang Shengjun, are doing the job. As we have a listen into the interview now to the quartet who have clinched gold for the 4x100 meters freestyle relay for women. The team of Amanda, Natasha, Jingwen and Tingwen, the two sisters side by side, and Amanda to the right of your screen. They're getting ready to answer the questions from the media, of which there have been a lot of interest, especially with the two sisters side by side together. It was bookended by the Kwa sisters that swim. And here we go. Let's see. The first question probably fielded to Tingwen, who wins her second gold medal on this, just the first night of competition.
What was it like out there and how does it feel right now?
What do you feel?
The atmosphere was like super exciting, and it was like the adrenaline was like pumping. I was just like so excited to just like jump in and race. Yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, how about you, Jingwen? Like, how did you find it up there?
Just felt amazing, like racing with my team members. Like we have such a close bond and we race together. It's just, but they just go out there and do our best, and it's really fun. Yeah.
I think the relay has always been very important for our team. I mean, all events are important, but I think we hold a special place. The relay holds a special place in our hearts. We are very proud of it. We're very proud of trying to dominate as many relays as possible. We tell people that, people know that swimming is an individual sport, but so the relays actually, it's a time when swimming becomes the closest to a team sport as any. So it's fun, you're sharing the experience with 3 other people, sorry. So it's fun, it's exciting.
You don't want just be aiming to break the game record.
She was actually the one who found out, right?
Yeah, actually she was the one who found out. Like, we didn't have the games record in our mind at all. We just wanted to go out there and just race as hard because it's a very new team. Ting and I has been on a team for a while, but we don't have them in our team before, so we want to go out there and have fun. And then she was like, oh, we want to games record, and we were like, oh my god! We were like, oh, we're so happy. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it's also the national record. Really? I think so.
If I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then that was like the suit time also.
Yeah, it shows a lot that now we are all going faster than the super suits in like 09. So we just hope that we can go up from here.
Yeah. You can talk a bit about Ting's performance in the 200 fly. She's good. One of the first individual goals.
Yeah. My brother and I were actually talking about it. Someone actually said that he's happy that the 200 fly was Jingwen's first goal here at the meet. I think this event has always been an interesting one for her just because she trains a lot for it. It just hasn't really shown, the training hasn't really shown in her races until this year, and it's just really come to fruition, and I'm very proud. I was actually in the stands watching it, and I think I didn't have to warm up so much because I got my heart rate was very high, and I was very warm after watching my brother and I dancing race. And just proud of her. I think she's mentioned it a few times that a lot of people like to compare all 3 of us, and she hasn't really talked about how she's not affected by it. I think she's not very vocal about how she feels about being compared, but I think this year she's really stepped up and shown that she's an individual and a swimmer on her own and shouldn't be compared to anyone at all, because she's sing.
I have some questions for you. In the 3 of you want to learn
So the end of the interview for Amanda, Natasha and Tingwen. But Tingwen will be facing more questions, and we will be back with a victory ceremony for this race as well as the 50 meters butterfly for men.